Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome
Welcome.
to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Welcome. Mr. O.
and me, Banshee. New year, same old readers. Welcome to the show.
Yes, it's our first show of the new year, 2025. So happy
right.
New Year, everyone. Hi, Naya. Of course, we will add you and everyone. Lena.
Naya's
hey.
on the list. Lena's on the list. You see it posted there.
Yes.
I'm on the ball. Jackie. Hello,
I didn't
Jackie.
say you weren't.
You are number one on that list, doggone you. You got in early. All right. Well, new year, some new decks. We're going to have a fun deck in the mix today. Hey, I know nothing about this cuisine, but I was so fascinated. They actually made a deck on the anime Food Tarot.
What a riot.
So it's really funny because it definitely features Japanese cuisine, and it's things that apparently, from what I've read of the book, show up a lot in anime.
We could do our own show. Cut. Only it's not about chop. It's about cutting the tarot deck.
Well, at any rate, it's colorful. It's got all these different food items here, and it's labeled normally so we'll know what the heck we're pulling, which I like.
That's always a plus.
But there's a lot of fun in this deck. I mean, they literally thought this out. They made certain types of dishes, I don't know if it's carry-out or whatever, as pentacles, as this and that. They did food group kind of things. And they did some fun stuff. They put anime kind of characters, you know, popular characters in anime, cartoons and comics in the major, or as the court cards. So it's interesting and fun.
Jackie, is that your way of saying the kitchen is closed?
It's midnight here, meaning we should get our show on the road, right, Jackie? No, I'm just kidding. And speaking of which, I'll be pulling out a new deck for our Oracle for the Collective.
The Cosmic Creatures
Oracle
deck.
Cosmic Creatures deck
Nice.
by Grace Duong. And it's very colorful, very simple graphics.
And I think I have a deck I just bought. It's not new. It's a year or two old that I'll be using tonight.
It's new for you, Mr.
It's
O.
new for me.
That's right. That's right. So let me shuffle this up and we'll let Mr. O pull one at random. There's something like 62 cards in this deck. It's a nice sized animal deck. Sorry, I was a little late feeding the cats there today. My apologies. They usually get fed around 7 here. And so on Thursdays, I have to feed them a little earlier, but I try to make it close to 7 so they aren't bothering me for hours beforehand. But guess what? They still do.
Well, we only feed them twice a day per diet thing that's going on. And so they get fed at 7 in the morning. But the little buggers know that I'm sleeping. And so they start showing up 6:30, 1:45. Come on, feed us. Anyway.
I await your card. Or my card.
Is it upside down?
No.
Alrighty. It's butterfly.
Ooh.
And butterflies are free to fly.
What, is there a number on that
Fly
card?
away.
Wait, never mind. It's not numbered. They're
Fly
alphabetical.
away.
Butterfly.
Bye-bye.
Butterfly is all about, not Mr. O singing, is about metamorphosis, grace, and unfolding. The flutter of a butterfly brings change, transformation, and expansive growth. Life is full of cycles, and you are being eased into a new transition with grace as the unknown unfolds in a beautiful path before you. The butterfly brings lightness, reminding you to enjoy the simple pleasures that are always available if you're only willing to see them. You are being elevated into a new spiritual realm as you increase your awareness of your habits and thought patterns and choose to create new stories instead of being burdened by old ones. Butterflies are all colors of the rainbow, and they encourage you to embrace the different shades of your personality. If you're feeling inner conflict, ask yourself where that judgment is coming from. The butterfly is assigned to accept yourself fully and to allow yourself to shine as vividly as you desire. The innocence of your soul is shining. Let it be seen. It speaks about the cycles here, the cycles of life, the cycles of growth, the cycles of transformation, and this is a new year starting. And so this is a time for us to consider making some transformations, making some changes, metamorphosing into our true selves and beings if we haven't been doing so already. Some people kind of take offense, I think, when people keep saying a new year, a new you. It's kind of like, don't you like you the way you are? Well, of course we do. But to say that we never change, to say that we never transform, what would life be like if we never grew, we never transformed? So we're always changing. And so this is a great time of year to consider what changes you might need to make in your life, right?
And in some oracles, the idea of change, transformation, is signified by the Death Tarot card number 13. Because, of course, on one level, that's the change that changes everything for everyone. But it's not meant to necessarily be physical death, just as this isn't. The caterpillar dies, so to speak, only to become the much more beautiful caterpillar or butterfly. I caught myself.
You did. And that's what we have. Great card for the start of a new year, I think. Anyway.
Hi, Kara. Kara.
Hi, Kara, and she's Sud. I will get you guys on the list. All right, so this is a fun, very colorful deck. I'm sure I will enjoy using it for collective readings.
And it's funny how Sunny showed up just around the time Kara did.
Yeah, Kara. What's up with that?
I guess we're back on track. Happy New Year.
Kara.
Same as the last year. Kara shows up. Sunny shows up.
Truth be told, Sunny just got done eating, so he arrived after
You mean the twin flame had to wait to finish eating?
Well, yes. That's always important to the cats. So let me update the list. Mr. O, do you have anything to add? Like, for example, that we are going to get out our 2025 World and U.S. predictions soon. Aren't we, Mr. O?
People love, or at least watch, our predictions for the new year, and they run the gamut. We try to do a little bit of, politics, a little bit of general stuff. We try to focus on our country, America, but we also try to look at the world too, different areas. So that'll be coming out probably within this next week or so. We hope to get it out as soon as possible.
Thank you, Lena. I appreciate the New Year's greetings. Happy New Year to you and to everybody. We hope everybody's off to a good start. I mean, it's early yet. So we shall see how this year progresses. And our prediction is going to cover a lot of different areas. Shannon. And by the way, it is the season. Come February will be our Super Bowl.
Tarot.
Super Bowl prediction.
Oh, that too.
Mr. O is not all in on that. But since I expect the Detroit Lions to be there this year, I'm especially excited about doing it.
You go. Hey, I can roar.
All right.
I'm ready for it.
Roar. All right. Let's get this show on the road. We've been battling here.
So it was Jackie, right?
It is Jackie. Yes. Indeed. There's
Let's
the
not
list
keep
right
the midnight oil burning for Jackie.
All right, Jackie, did you post a question? Let's see what we've got.
I don't remember. I think she did, though. Oh, yes, it was whether her appointment on the 9th would be canceled.
Oh, wow.
All right. So I'm going to use my Tarot of the Animal Lords.
There he goes. He'll be back.
He'll be back.
He's going back to raid the food dish again. All right.
And we'll throw 3 cards, but if we don't get anything really substantive, then we'll do the yes or no.
Okay. Yeah, the easy, fast one. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Lena. We got it. All right.
So where did I hide my anime deck? Now I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Okay.
The first card is the King of Cups upright. And then it's the High Priestess reversed. And then it is the Ten of Wands upright.
Well, I was going to go one way until that Ten of Wands came up too, Jackie. And what I think I'm going to say is don't, well, I could go either way, which is probably why we're going to do the yes-no. But one of the things that came to my mind right away when I see this combination here, the High Priestess and the reversed and the Ten of Wands, is that maybe you're stressing this too much. Maybe it will not get canceled. Unless you want it to get canceled, it's the opposite. I feel here that it may not get canceled. I think here that you might be worried about some unforeseen event or just the fact that they're just going to throw this at you all of a sudden here. But I think the King of Cups upright is an indicator to me that, you know, people want to keep this on track or do what's right for you, and maybe they feel you need this appointment so it will not get canceled. That's my take right now looking at that. But
And High Country Love, we're going to get you on the list in a moment. Well, the idea that maybe it would be burdensome for you to have to wait longer to find out an answer, the High Priestess reversed, does seem to kind of show itself in a way, you know, that it's a burden to have to wait or to not get the answer right away. But it seems to me like maybe it's not going to be as bad because maybe there is some comfort coming regardless. Like maybe there's a good reason why the test could be delayed or a good reason why you don't need to be overly concerned about it. But it does maybe seem to indicate that's a possibility, but I do think we'll have to do the yes or no.
And the only reason why I thought it could go either way is because really, if I look at that Ten of Wands reverse too, I could read it the other way and say, well, they mean well, they want to do what's right by you, but they might be overbooked or overburdened right now, which could cause an unexpected cancellation. So, you know, maybe around the holidays they're backed up with people wanting to get tests done or whatever the case may be. So that's why I do think we need to do the yes-no. But let's see if the Lenormand throws anything more.
Erroneously, I had the list is closed on this particular screen, but I have removed it. The list
is not closed.
And I believe you're new, Country Love. So welcome to the program. All right, so the first Lenormand is the Moon.
Guess what came up?
Oh, and
boy, we got rid of the Yule Lenormand, but there it is, the snake. The Yule Lenormand, that kept coming up a lot as the humbug in the Yule Lenormand. Well, I do think maybe here there may be something that you know, that could interfere. It's possible here. Somebody might edge you out. It's possible. That's why I think we do have to do a yes-no.
Yeah, it seems like maybe it could just be as easy as miscommunications between scheduling people and other things, or something else maybe. It could not necessarily be totally wrongful, but there is an element of, you know, trickery.
But again, this is a little bit of a confusing one because I could also look at this and say maybe you're deceived in thinking that this won't happen, but it will. You know what I mean? Maybe it's self-deception. So
That's true, yeah. You're right.
So let's take a look and do a quick yes/no. Your question was probably more suited to that anyway. So let's do the quick one
All right.
and see what
and
we
that's
get.
just the first card.
Because
Do you want to
that
shuffle
was
too?
like really close either way.
I know.
psychically don't want to totally bank on those cards without seeing what we get with the yes/no.
Do you want to
you are
shuffle?
very welcome, all of you. Shan, it's good to see you again. And Country Love Homestead, welcome. Absolutely. We're always glad to see new faces here. And hope you feel right at home. All right. Wow. It's a major arcana. Can you believe it?
So is that the one that says with a...
It says good luck, I think, right? Isn't that
Oh,
what the...
good luck. Whoa. Thank you, Shan.
Good luck. And guess what you got, Jackie?
It's the death card, which we were just talking about in terms of transformation or great change.
Well, what does that mean? Getting changed. It's possible the date could be changed. It's possible.
Well, if it was great change, maybe they would say, we've decided based on looking at, other situations, there is no need for this test. Though I don't know if that's really the answer you want to have.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards now saying that there is a possibility here that things could change. And it may be unforeseen circumstances. It just may be they got backed up. Could it be even a weather delay? I mean, I don't know about what's going on in your country right now, but we're going through a deep freeze here. So, I don't know.
Baby.
And some people are going to get hit with some snow. We aren't one of them. Yay.
So we think it's likely that your date will change, and hopefully that won't cause undue problems.
But let us know if we were wrong, because like I said,
We'd
those
love to know,
cards
of course.
indicated they want to do it right, so maybe they'll still be able to squeeze you in. Well, good luck with that.
All right.
I hate to be ambiguous on that, but I'm kind of wondering now if it's really going to be, on time. There may be a delay. Okay. Sorry. I think I've
Digressed?
beaten
enough?
that dead dog or whatever you call it. What's the words? Never mind.
Not the horse.
Not good.
You're
Beating
welcome,
the dead horse.
Jackie.
That's it. Oh, all right.
That's what our son told us, Country Love. He said, oh, and you have a cat, your cat will be gold for the show. Well,
He
not
is
exactly, but people do love to see him, and he loves to be with us, of course.
He's always the one on stage. We have 3, but he's always the one here. So, and we call him our unofficial TFT therapy cat.
Yes.
Because
But
he's not trained to be a therapy
But he's also Kara's twin flame. We did kind of figure that out.
Okay,
All right,
so it's my deck.
Right,
and
we are on a cell.
And speaking of cats, I've got my Cat Magic Tarot, Magical Cats Tarot, to do a cell's reading. And what is a cell's question?
I'm looking.
And I got to repost the list, don't I? I will in a minute.
Cell, did you leave us a question? I'm looking for it.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to update the list.
Maybe not.
Oh,
Well, Sal, you know what happens when you don't stay to give us your question? You end up going down to the bottom of the list. And that's sad because you were actually number 2. I am looking for your question. And I'm sure you didn't leave this because it tends to happen.
well, cells left them sometimes and sometimes not, so. All right.
That's true. But it's still more like a 1 in 5.
The cell said hello and Happy New Year, and so maybe that was it. Just wanted to wish us a Happy New Year today.
Well, Thursday is a slower night, so if you come back, we may be able to squeeze you in,
I'm going
but
to put a cell at the end of the list just in case.
we're going to put you at the end of the list and move on to
Ari.
Ari.
Hi, Ari.
Ari. And Ari changed her question, and I like the second one better. Let's
You
see if I
changing
can
that
find-
question again on us, Ari?
No, this is about
Oh.
why they might be What can they do to ace the interview for Olive Garden?
Oh, okay.
All right. So
Is that the one you want?
Yeah.
I remember what happened last time. Okay.
Well, the previous one was why is the manager at Subway holding back their check?
Yeah, but I'm talking about
Hi, SP.
the last show, right?
Thanks, Cherry Blossom. Basically, if you show up in the list and we grab your name and you leave a question, we'll do that. You may have to navigate back to it if you...
We always keep the list in order, and so you just look in the chat where your name is and then just keep advancing the video if you have to leave. That's why we suggest
But if you don't leave your question and we call for you and can't find you, then you may lose your chance at all, or you have to go to the end of the list. Hi, Kyle. Haven't seen you in a while.
Oh, Kyle. Hey.
And SP also, if you got... I'll put those on.
I'll put them on the list while I shuffle. Thank you.
I'll do that. Mm-hmm. Well, we agree with that, Kyle. That's for sure.
All right, so this is acing the interview at Olive Garden, eh?
Right.
I do kind of like, we don't go there. We haven't been there in a long time.
I know, I want to get
but
back there one of these
I do
days.
like Olive Garden.
I love the rich Italian cooking, I admit it.
Wow, well, you have the Six of Swords upright. That's interesting. Not sure what to make of that in relation to your question. The Earth Queen upright. The Queen of Pentacles. And the Priest, which is...
no, I'm so sorry to hear that, Kyle.
The Hierophant.
Kyle got food poisoning at Olive Garden.
Oh,
Whoa.
man.
We'll wait.
Sorry.
We'll wait. Sorry to hear
Yikes.
that.
Well, you know...
Hope you're feeling better.
All right. So... But what can you do to ace the interview? Well, it's interesting you've got the Six of Swords there, because usually the Six of Swords means moving on to something better. But I guess maybe that's the point. Maybe you want to impress them with how much you respect Olive Garden, the restaurant. You know, you have a great deal of respect how much you want to work there because you like the environment, you like their menu, whatever the case may be. Praise them. I think that's what that Six of Swords is here. I don't know why, but when I'm thinking about moving to a better place, well, you want to impress them that this is the place you want to work at. Right?
I like that because I was going to go with that from a similar way too, and the rest of the cards, well, at least this one kind of bears out my thought too. Ari, this is a little bit of tough love perhaps, but this is saying don't be a person that's associated with maybe some troublesome behaviors. Like sail away from that, you know. I'm just going to be a little bit blunt and say I have the impression that sometimes, you know, you might come off the wrong way with people, and so they feel they're annoyed with you, and that may have resulted in some, you know, work situations you haven't favored very well. This is saying try to avoid trouble as best you can. I think the Hierophant card is sort of saying play by the rules. Did
you pass the Queen?
I did.
Okay.
I'll let you go to
that's
that.
Okay. I like what he's saying about the Hierophant there because, you know, that's saying, you know, that you respect their, you know, right, that you will play by the rules, you know, that you're willing to listen. Well, I don't know. You will accept their schedule or however they want to use you there, etc. I think that you have to be very, and you have to show them you know what you're doing. I think that's the Hierophant too, that you are skilled at waitress, or if that's what you're going for, you know, a cook, whatever it is, that's what you want to impress them with, is that you are skilled and you won't need a lot of training. So the other thing is here in the middle with the Queen, again, I think this is put on your best business suit, your business attire. You know, the Pentacles are all about how you appear on the job, professional, you know. And so ace that interview by acting your professional self. And also, as the Queen of Pentacles is a very nurturing, caring person. Talk about how much you care for the experience of the customer, of the diners there, that you care about making sure they feel good about the restaurant and the service that they're getting.
That's really great stuff that she just said, because the Earth Mother, the Queen of Pentacles, is a person who definitely rises to the occasion of taking care of people. This would be the perfect card for somebody who wanted to be a hostess. I'm not sure if that's the position you're going for, but servers or other people all have that aspect of wanting to take care of you. So I think that's a really good modeling to undertake there. I like what Banshee said about the Hierophant too, because in another sense, we see this card as a sort of a rising above, and that's saying, like, you want to emphasize that you can rise above certain concerns when people have problems with the restaurant or with the service or whatever, that you can exemplify not the personal that you might be taking on, when they start attacking. You can sort of display, this is the company's feeling. This is not me talking. It's kind of a learned attitude, but it's important to disassociate.
Well, I think too with that priest card that it might also be saying that maybe they are looking for somebody who's very savvy, very business savvy and restaurant savvy already. They might be able to move on up into more of a kind of leadership role there. It's always good to show that you are willing to assume responsibility, and I think that might be important there too. You might have to gauge a little bit of that as you interview there, but that's just some of the things that come to mind when I see these cards. What's with it?
So in the Lenormand, Ari, you got the ring, and of course that would be saying, like, you want to be able to express or make them feel like you have a commitment with them, if you get the job. And then the other card is the ship, which is the journey. And so that sort of says that maybe you would emphasize you would be interested in taking on other skills or training that would help you better yourself for the job, a commitment to maybe moving ahead with the company in other aspects or ways.
Kind of feeling here, as I read all those cards to you of what you should do,
good luck,
to get this job, that when I see the ship and the ship is moving towards the commitment, I think it's basically saying, Ari, that if you do all these things, you'll be moving towards them making a commitment towards hiring you. Okay? So you might be moving towards, being able to say, yes, I'll take the job because they want to offer it to you. It's almost like you're getting the ring, an offer of marriage, an offer of a job. And I think that's moving towards you so long as you can impress them with your skills and with the fact that you really think that this is the ideal place to, work at. So that's what we have for you.
Your interviews tomorrow, we wish you luck. I'll try to send some positive thoughts your way.
Good luck. You'll have to keep us posted.
Yeah, we certainly hope for you.
We want to know.
And I love the discussion about food contamination, cross-contamination.
Oh,
very interesting stuff, you guys. Thank you for adding to that. You're welcome, Ari.
All right, and we're on Sean. Hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Oh, it's Sean. That's right.
Sean, I'm not sure. So I'm going to look for your question. I think I see it there.
All right. Your deck, I guess, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'd
like to know what Tarot has for me going forward with the message. Thank you.
What was that again?
I'd like to know what Tarot has for me and going forward with the message.
Okay. All right.
All right, so I'm going to use a new deck, new to me. It's the Dark Angels Tarot, and I kind of like it. It's pretty and stylistic.
I'm going to pick out my next deck. I think it'll be another new one. Or will it? Yeah, I'll use the food one.
Thank you, Shan.
We'll give it a go.
I've been pretty lucky with fish sandwiches from places like Wendy's or elsewhere. But to tell you guys the truth, we hardly ever eat at a fast food restaurant anymore. It's pretty rare for us.
Olive Garden's not, but you're talking about different...
Well, they were talking about
other places.
Something else. But I agree with you, Ari. You know, it's really how much you can trust people to do certain things. Good question, SP. All right. Okay, I just want to look at your question one more time.
What about the penguin?
So here are our cards. Can you tell what that is at the top there?
It's your new deck.
It's just vague, the top.
It's a 7. Oh, yeah, because you can tell by the image on the bottom. It's the 7 of Cups.
Okay, well, I thought it was...
see all those cups in silhouette?
Yeah, you're right. Okay, well, it was reversed, too. So our first card was the reverse 7 of Cups. Our next card is the Tower, and it's upright. Maybe I shouldn't have asked. I don't know. And then it's the upright King of Pentacles.
Oh, some interesting stuff here. Let me throw the Lenormand on that too. Let's get them all out there. So I want to see. Okay, I do get a picture of something, but I want to get these out there. Ooh. Wow. What? Here.
The stars.
Not sure I like this. It's not making me change my mind too much, but...
And the coffin, which can be problematic, of course. 7 of Cups reversed, Tower, and King of Pentacles upright.
Yeah, I'm looking at that Tower as my starting point. How can you not? You know, the Tower's a monumental card in the tarot in a lot of ways. And I think when it's upright, what it's saying is, and the way I'm feeling about it in this reading, where's my wand? There it is that you want to avoid pitfalls from the past. I feel here that maybe what is in store or what may be coming is that you have to make a move or choice decision. And maybe you've already decided on something or been really giving thought what direction you want to go to. Well, I think it's decision time, but I think maybe you're a little bit concerned about you don't want to make the same mistake twice. You don't want to revisit something. You want to have more of a fresh start. But in order to do so, you really have to make sure you take away some lessons from what you've been through in recent times. If in this last year you feel like some major crises have happened, they were learning experiences for you, whatever they were, you want to make sure you have taken away what you need to from that so that now you can move forward more confidently, regardless of, regardless of what you have been through. And I think here you could be on a path towards increasing your finances or stabilizing yourself career-wise or education-wise, one or the other. That King of Pentacles, he's pretty stable. He's in control of things in his life. And that's where I think things are ultimately heading. But it's a little bit challenging for you because I feel here maybe something has rattled your confidence in some way.
Yes, and Kyle has it right too. The King of Pentacles after the Tower is better. It does feel like maybe after a lesson needs to be learned, there's stabilization because maybe you're better able to integrate that lesson because it applies to things you have to manage. And so to me, I feel the Seven of Cups says that maybe the choice that's coming to you looks like the best choice, but it may have some conditions or things about it that will bring this sense of needing to learn a lesson. Like maybe the question really comes after something bad that really does involve the lesson learning, the choice you take afterwards, but it would seem to bring stabilization. I like that.
Well, if it hasn't happened to you yet, fine. I'm still leaning on the fact, I don't know why, that I feel like this is connected to something that may have happened in the past year. And it's something you've had to learn something from. It might have been a hard lesson. It might have just been a challenging lesson, for example, in school, failing an exam, or in life, losing a job, or possibly having a separation in a friendship or a relationship. Something that was that shook your world in a certain way. In a way, it was a wake-up call that, you have to build things better. You have to not just put yourself into something, but also to make sure that you're building this firmly and not allowing anything to break it down. You might have you took your eye off of something and then you lost an opportunity. There could be a number of things that this relates to, and I feel like it might have happened. And that's why I'm looking at this, because this looks more immediate. It looks like you're ready to make a move or choice or decision in your life. And I do feel it's going to better your conditions in some way. You're going to feel a lot more stable. This could even be about maybe moving to a new location where you feel more comfortable and secure, if it's not a job and if it's not an educational path.
Well, there's definitely a lot of dynamics involved here, and even if it isn't like such a crucial life or death situation, it's important enough for you to know that maybe you can reevaluate what the choice really should have been, or where you kind of veered from that to do this. But I'm looking at this too, the Lenormand, the coffin and the stars, and I'm wondering if this really does make you feel ultimately like the particular choice now seems less hopeful or less destined. Like maybe it feels like the destiny still has to be refabricated somehow in order to pursue that.
Well, it's interesting, and yeah, that's interesting. I'm looking at that a little bit differently and thinking to myself that maybe whatever you went through in this last year kind of dashed a hope or dream of yours in some way. It kind of maybe either made you put this on the back burner or let it go completely. You've had to now maybe adjust your plans and where you feel your life is destined to go now in some way. So maybe this hasn't happened for you yet. Maybe this is yet to come.
I don't think it's happened yet. I think it is coming.
I don't know.
Because that's how the question was asked too.
It is true. It is true. But I think what I feel is coming is what's come out of that. Okay. So I think you and I are just looking at this a little bit differently. So
We're a cycle off or so.
Well, when we divert like this, Shan, this just means that You need to think about what resonates more to you. You either know this is talking about an experience you've had already, or you might be thinking, yeah, Mr. O is right here and it is yet to happen. So, but I think we're both on the right page here in that whatever decision you make going forward will be better for you so long as you really take in the lessons of whatever happens here. That's going to be an important step in this. We can't rebuild what falls apart, but we can pick up those pieces and move on to something better. And that's what I see is happening.
All right.
So good luck with that.
And you're welcome.
And we're in Libra.
Hey, Libra.
Hi, Libra.
Libra did leave a question.
All right. Why won't my thing... Oh, there it goes. Sheesh. This computer sometimes. So do you know where the question?
Do you want me to find it? It was about what's coming towards them, I think. What is coming towards me?
I went too far. Okay.
Then later they say, that's all coming my way. But they might be referring to Jackie's hospital appointment. I'm not sure. Because that was in between.
Here you go.
Alrighty.
We're going to use the Anime Food Tarot.
Yay! I hope that works for you, Sean.
What's coming towards you, Libra, is Japanese food. Anime food. I guess they say a lot of these food items they picked show up in anime cartoons and comics.
By the way, tomorrow at 7 a.m. is my outlook on the emotional exchanges. It's my reading for the signs of the zodiac. I flip 2 cards. One tells you the challenge or opportunity in your emotional life. The other is the action required. And then I top it off by my special new reading where I determine who's gonna get lucky. That's tomorrow at 7 o'clock on our channel or anytime thereafter.
Well, let's see. We've got the Lunchbox Maker here, and that's the Knight of Swords reversed.
The Lunchbox Maker.
We've got Curry Rice. We got Curry Rice, which is the 7 of Swords upright.
You're funny, Jackie, but I would probably eat soup at midnight too.
And then we've got the Hierophant reversed, which is...
Oh, wait, it's almost 1.
This is going to test my ability to pronounce these things. Anpan.
Anpan.
Which is the Hierophant reversed. So what's coming towards Libra? Are we doing it, my reading? I didn't even think about that.
You know, I wanted to mention it earlier and I forgot to. Can you still do that?
Yeah, we could with the cards.
Okay.
Why don't you put the Lenormand out then anyway? It might inform us more.
It's the lady, so it could be you, and the snake.
Wow.
That snake again. Indeed. Okay, so what's coming towards you? Knight of Swords reversed.
You know, I kind of think, Libra, this is what's coming towards you is slow down, girl. Slow down. You're moving too fast. And don't make any hasty, rash decisions that you might regret later. It may be that you may not know certain key issues or facts that you need to ferret out before you make a move. Maybe somebody says something or does something and you want to react. You know, you just want to react. But you want to wait and really think about it first and also gather more information before you do.
And that's why it's important, because you don't know enough yet, or there is more to find out. But I wanted to go back here for a moment and say that sometimes there's an obligation kind of feel to the King of Swords, and like this could be saying somebody is making you feel, or circumstances could be making you feel you do have to do something now, or you have to do something quick. But that's externals that may be trying to influence that. So like Banshee says, it's important that you need to find out everything you can.
Well, and I think because of that last card, too, the Hierophant reversed, it seems to me it could be saying one of two things here. Now, if I was looking at this in the traditional way we read it, where are things headed, this particular reading, I would say that it's heading towards an unorthodox conclusion, unexpected or unusual. Things not going the way you think they should or would. And so that's one of the ways I could read this, but another way I could look at this situation is to say, the reason you need to slow down and think about this first is because this is not what it appears to be. I think that it's radically different from the way you initially want to react to it, right?
I like that because
Yeah.
Snake
Right.
says that maybe somebody is
Deceiving
you or not giving you the full picture of the facts, a purposeful or willful omission.
So don't
facts.
sign yes on the bottom line of a contract, like for a new car, new this, new that, until you're sure, that everything is good, copacetic, or for a loan or whatever it is, or some agreement, a settlement of some sort.
That's funny, Kyle.
Be very wary. Be very wary. And you have to watch for a person, whether it's a man or a woman, who might be trying to pull the wool over your eyes a little bit here. Yikes, Libra. Good luck with that. I like this deck. It's fun.
Yeah. So a car phone went off outside Kyle's place just around the time we were saying something or something was happening.
Uh-oh.
Yes, sometimes spirit does work in noisy, loud ways.
Cherry Blossom is up. Hello, Cherry.
Hi, Cherry.
Welcome.
And I think you wrote us a question too, so I'm going to go and look for that.
I love cherry blossoms. They're so beautiful. Let me put this away.
Maybe not. Okay, so if you are here, go ahead and give us a question. An unorthodox solution. So it's what you said. Cherry Blossom, we'll give you a moment, but we don't appear to have your question. So if you're here, go ahead and do that. I'm going to briefly talk about Happy Hour.
Yay.
Happy Hour will be on at its regular showing of 10 a.m. on Saturday, so that's 2 days from now. And come and get a free and divine or positive or uplifting message, something that just kind of fills you with positivity and spirit, sets you off for the day or even for the week ahead. Single draw for everyone in the chat room. So come on down.
I found the question.
You did?
Yeah.
Cool. What is it?
Question. What does Spirit want me to know?
Very good. And it's my deck.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to use my Tarot of the Elements. No, Tarot of the Origins.
And I will use my
Thanks for finding
Sacred
that.
She Tarot next. It sounds like a feminist deck, but it's just an inclusionary deck. It's not overly feminist. Sacred She Tarot. That'll be next. All right. After you, Mr. O.
Can you tell me the question again?
What does Spirit want me to know?
All right. Thank you.
So it's my question, or my reading again, I guess.
Yes. All right. What does Spirit want Cherry Blossom to know?
Problem?
Maybe. Is that the Five of Swords?
Wow. I have no idea. You use this deck of all decks. This is the hardest one. Whatever soul, seal, and zeal are,
then I'll tell you what, I'll just switch to another deck. I don't want to take up any more time.
I think you should switch to another deck.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You should write a cheat sheet on this one.
I had it, and it's not here.
Some decks and deck creators don't make it very clear what the suits are, and they're really hard to tell.
A lot of people do like Happy Hour Country Love. Do you want to expound upon it?
Well, happy hour is an interesting concept we had where, we give the good, the bad, and the ugly here at this show. We don't mince words. Whether we see something good, we say it. We see something not so good, we say it. Happy hour is all about the good. It's just to give you a positive, uplifting message for your week ahead, because we always have good things happening in our life too. So it focuses on that. We do a single card message from Spirit, no questions, and we have a great time in the chat. We have a lot of fun.
Must view.
Yeah.
All right, so Cherry Blossom, what does Spirit have for you?
Yes.
All right, and our first card is the Four of Wands.
Four of Wands is upright. That's awesome.
It's awesome.
Cherry Blossom, I don't know what's going on in your life, but either you're going to be going to a celebration, a wedding, just a celebratory event. Could it be you celebrating something? Yes, it could. Another aspect of this card could be if you're planning on making a move to a new home. Everything should be really smooth, wonderful. If you're making a major move in your life that's going to bring more stability to your life, this is something to celebrate as well. Whether it's a move to a new job, whether it's a move in a new relationship that seems very stable and secure.
Metaphorically, the Four of Wands could also be saying Spirit wants you to really work on the foundations of your life, whether it's your home. So it could be like saying do extra things to take care of your home, but maybe there's a metaphysical or esoteric sense of your home, a metaphoric sense of your home. Spirit's saying now is the time for you to really put your energy and your thoughts and focus there.
Well, and the other thing is to celebrate if you're working on a project or goal or some major step forward for yourself. Appreciate where you are right now. Stop, look at your progress, look at even the challenges you faced and how you've overcome them, and just celebrate progress in your life.
So, card 2, why is this important? Why is Spirit showing you this or suggesting this to you? And it is because of the Knight of Wands, upright, and it's like this is your moment to be direct, use your charm or your ability to impress. This is about maybe bravery in a way too, that this is saying there is something really important for you to undertake at this time. And you need to have this foundation or this security or this love of community and celebration for shared, happiness to be the guiding point of moving you forward. It almost sounds like maybe you're getting ready to propose to someone. I don't know.
Hi, Estelle. I see you've rejoined us, so we have you at the end of the list. And now that you left your question...
They have been back before. We were talking with them.
I was not.
I know. Okay. Thanks for leaving the question.
Thank you for leaving the question, because we certainly want to read for you, Estelle. Cherry, I think why this is important, what I just said previously to you, is because you're moving. Knights are movement. And so you're moving towards something. And I think Spirit is saying you're moving in the right direction or will be. Either a new job opportunity, a new relationship may be coming your way. Something new in your life, whether it's a new educational pursuit. I think you're moving towards something, and that is why, and it's going to establish a firm foundation for you. There's a reason to celebrate here, this move forward.
All right, so where does this ultimately lead to? And it's the Squire, or that would be the Page of Pentacles reversed. So it's the Page of Pentacles reversed.
Well, Well, I think what this is saying, I think where things are headed is you might have a little bit of doubts or concerns. You might be worried that you're not ready to take this step yet. That you're not prepared. But I feel here that this is an opportunity you can grow into. So, was that the cat?
Maybe.
Okay.
There was probably a noise, and the cat did move over there.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thanks for adding that. The idea to me behind the reversed Page of Pentacles could be saying too that there's something more you need to kind of dive in on, like it's either actual study or maybe metaphysical philosophy study, that maybe there's something you need to, this will lead you to that. This experience could lead you to the idea that you need to kind of get more into your own person, like maybe you need to really sit with yourself and explore yourself too.
Well, in relation to what I was saying and not taking into account what you're saying there, is this is about maybe moving towards a relationship. Now, that being said, Sherry, I will say that I don't see a lot of romance in these cards other than with the Knight of Wands here. I feel it more with that card than anything. But then again, the Four of Wands can be about marriage. It can be about a wedding.
That's true.
And so I can't rule that out. So if you're really looking for a settled relationship of some sort, love that you could really have a stable relationship with, this may say that you need to though really feel, you will feel if you meet this person that things might be moving a little too fast and that you need to slow it down a little bit. You need to slow it down a little bit to make sure they're the right person for you. I think they could be, but I have a feeling here because sometimes that Knight of Wands, they move fast.
But it is upright and it does have a connotation that could lend itself towards romance or strong emotional friendships. So, Lenormand.
Well, let's throw some more out here.
And it's the Garden.
Think about the Garden and the Four of Wands.
Right. They're almost synonymous. And the Key. And I love the Key.
So I think this says, and now I'm beginning to feel a more interpersonal or social aspect to this reading, because the key here seems to be to get out there and socialize, get out there and mingle, get out there and meet new people. And the other aspect of this too, I have to tell you, either you're going to a wedding or you never know, you may end up finding somebody this year that, and I'm going to take this more long term and say maybe sometime this year that you're going to get really serious about, that could lead to something serious here. But I do feel like you could be going to a wedding or standing up at a wedding this year as well, because that's what it looks like here. If it's
sometimes
not for you,
going to a wedding can inspire somebody to be together with somebody.
That's true. I don't know. It just took a turn there, especially when I saw that. I thought, that really hits me with that Four of Wands. So, and of course the Knight of Wands there. Knight of Wands is not as romantic as the Knight of Cups, but let me just say, he's very sensual. He's very into moving a relationship along.
Charming.
So like I said, take your time, because you never know what their true motives are until you really get to know someone.
And by the way, we are legal priests, so we could marry you.
You're so silly. All right.
Just saying.
Anyway.
All right. Well, good luck, Cherry Blossom, any way you look at it.
Yeah, that was an interesting read. I hope that works for you. That's why I say get out there and mingle. Get out with friends. Just go places. Go to events of various sorts. Be seen. I love it.
All right, so Lena is up.
Lena
left us a question.
Do you have it? The question?
Yeah, I do.
Chat room wedding.
Spirit reading. Will my auntie Sanjia recover from her accident? She fell down and has spin fractures.
Aw. Sorry to hear
Chat
that,
room
Lena.
wedding. Yeah, we could do that. That's my deck, right? Or no?
You just did your deck.
You're right. I want to keep using my deck.
The Sacred She Oracle or Tarot is coming out. Such a beautiful deck. Come on now. Don't deny me.
Well, we wish your auntie well.
I'm sorry to hear that, Lena.
Sorry to hear that, yeah. We've had some falls recently. Not a good
I
thing.
didn't break the bone, thankfully.
Yeah.
All right, let's see the first card. It's the Lovers reversed. Oh, we're getting major arcana here. Wait a minute. Sorry. No, I'm right about that. It's the Voyager,
Okay.
which is
Is that the one before death, right?
are those blue or purple?
That looks more purple. Oh, that's definitely an arcana. The arcana are in Roman numerals. So these are not arcana.
No, they're cups.
And the 12 would be the knight.
Yes. So you have the Knight of Cups reversed. That's right. And I remember this. This is a newer deck. That is the Knight of Cups reversed, the Voyager, which I think is really interesting for that. And then we have the...
Well, no, the knight is upright, right? It's the first card that's reversed.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. The Knight is upright. The Six of Cups is reversed, which is interesting. And
Talk about a hard-to-read deck, Banshee.
You know what? I got confused by this, and I did an unboxing of this deck. But here's why. Because I thought it was very unusual to use the Passion for the Six of Cups. And I remember when I did my unboxing, I mentioned that.
Okay,
So,
final card.
And this is a major arcana. It is the Emperor reversed.
All right.
Sorry for the confusion.
No, that's okay.
I know you like it because it validates your confusion.
I am all about the validation. Okay, so in the Lenormand, we have a anchor and the gentleman. So, is Auntie going to be okay?
Is Auntie going to be okay? Well, I feel she will. She may need some help for a little while. That Knight of Cups indicates to me she can get back on her feet, but maybe needs somebody to look after her for a little bit to make sure she fully recovers. I think here, that it's going to take some time. The Emperor is reversed there, and it indicates to me that, she's going to need a little bit of help, keeping things together for a while. Maybe help keeping, if she lives alone or in a house, she might need some help with chores, keeping things in order until she can get back on her feet again. And I feel here, though, I'm a little bit concerned that maybe there might be some people who maybe, I hope she has people who can help her, Lena, because it indicates to me that maybe there are some people in the family that either are distant now or unavailable to help. Do you get that feeling?
The sensation I got from this is that this could provoke a situation where maybe there's a relative who is a little distant. Maybe they've had a quarrel in the past and they're just sort of remaining distant. This may bring them back, but not necessarily helpful. But it just might be that there might be a reaching out one way or the other between somebody. And I sort of feel like maybe they're a male relative. So I don't know if that's a brother of your aunt's, like an uncle to you or somebody else.
Yeah, and I feel like somebody does want to help here. So I don't know if that means she will get, some rehabilitation in a healthcare program or in a hospital or something like that. There might be care workers who will help her, with physical therapy, for example. And she just needs to be able to rely on some people to help her maintain order for a while in her life.
Yeah, it's going to be a little tricky because I think a big part of this is that she's going to really feel like she's not in charge of herself anymore, and that's going to bother her. And so whoever is working with her just has to help her get through this period.
And I almost feel the Lenormand really kind of revolves around that caretaker card there, that help that she's getting. It could be a man, it could be a woman. I always look at these as kind of gender fluid now. But somebody who can really be an anchor, somebody that she can rely on. That's what she's going to need, an anchor, somebody she can rely on to help her get through this. But I do think she could get through it. It's going to take some time.
If it is a relative, maybe they might have to come and stay with her or be closer so that they can be more of an assistant. Good luck to your auntie. We wish her well.
I wish her well. I think she'll do okay, but a lot depends on how strong the person is. Age isn't necessarily the factor, but just mindset. She can do this, I think. She can do this as long as she knows there are people there who care about her.
You're welcome, Sherry.
Good luck with that, Lena.
And we're on Naya now, and I know Naya left a question too. Let's see. What is the job of my future spouse? Okay.
Oh, okay.
How do you think I can do that?
I think we should just throw 3 cards and see if we can find a career.
Okay.
I'm going to get the deck out there.
And I struck out with that one deck, so now I'll use another one that might be equally hard to read.
No.
The Neon Tarot.
Oh, yeah, that one.
The Game of Life.
I think these decks that we bring out before this show, we should refresh ourselves on. But I really thought that looked purple to me, but you're right. The Major Arcana always seems to have
Well,
numerals.
I've noticed that with different decks too that I have a hard time with. Like this one, the elements, the core cards are 11, 12, 13. So I thought, I can use that because I know that. Then but what suit is that? And it's not.
Well, this is an elemental deck based elementally, so it's color coded that way. Major Arcana Spirit, so it's purple. And of course, water, blue. And I like the fact, too, that the court cards are renamed so that they're kind of gender fluid as well. And they're numbered, so they're numbered in progression. I just lost it there momentarily. Sorry.
All right, Naya, what is the occupation of your future spouse?
Hey, you're welcome, Cherry.
So it's the Sun reversed is number 1. The second one is...
Looks like wands.
Yeah, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like 6 wands. What do you think?
Oh, there's a VI at the top, so it's 6 of wands.
Oh, it was almost indistinct.
But it's a VI. Are you sure they're using Roman numerals? Is it a Major Arcana? No, I know it's not.
And then finally, the Major Arcana are in those two. Oh, so is that the Lovers then?
Why, is there 2 people on that card?
There isn't.
No. There he goes. Why did we
Well,
pick these
find something
decks?
that's clearly a suit card and tell me if it's a Roman numeral.
Okay, yeah, here's some.
You passed by a number of cards.
Yeah, but I don't think they're all major arcana so far. Here's
That's
one.
crazy.
Look, they do have Roman numerals.
So everything is Roman numerals. The difference is the major arcana will say it's a major arcana.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so that is not a major arcana. That is the Six of Wands. This is the Hermit reversed, and we have taken too long for this. What is the occupation of your future spouse? Well, Six of Wands.
What's the Hermit reverse?
The Hermit reversed and the Sun upright.
I think.
No, the Sun is reversed too. Sorry.
Six of Wands is upright, though.
Six of Wands is upright. The other
Hermit's
two are
reversed.
reversed.
Well, it's really. I'm leaning towards saying that number one, I think this person is going to be very public oriented. They're going to deal with the public in some way. They may be a teacher. I was going that way until I saw the Sun
Therapist?
reversed. And I'm not exactly sure about that, but I do feel that they are going to be out in the public more, dealing with the public. Maybe they could do with the Six of Wands here.
Kyle says therapist. That's interesting.
That is interesting. Maybe.
I could see that maybe with the Hermit and with the Sun reversed, maybe somebody that's, just, not quite 100% or not their usual normal. The Six of Wands, trying to make people feel good about their lives, feel like they are, winners in their lives. That does sound like therapy in a way.
It could be. I don't feel anything, other than that Six of Wands, I don't feel anything really super businessy here. I almost feel like it might be more of a service-oriented kind of business. And maybe that's because of the Sun, and it's because of the Hermit. Because the Hermit is very altruistic. Now, admittedly, when he's reversed, sometimes that could be ego. That could be
True.
an ego thing. But I hesitate to say that here because...
Well, I still wonder if they could possibly belong somewhere in a healing type profession. If it's not therapist, is it, somehow assisting in medical somewhere?
I think I figured it out because I feel here that they are here. Their career will have something to do with making, bringing people back to stasis. Their lives are not perfect in some way. And so they're bringing them back into balance and harmony. So that could be something that's more psychological and therapy oriented, or it could be maybe something more physical, like a physical therapy kind of situation, rehab of some sort, where they're bringing people back into the light. And it could involve some counseling, but it also could involve some other therapeutic components that will bring people back to success, that they're back to their old selves again.
And, this may be in another country, so I could sort of see, Kyle, maybe that it does have a non-profit founder kind of situation going on. But these are all good ideas anyway. So what else do we have here?
Well, I'm trying to see if we can find, as I shut my eyes and just see what I get. It's not going to help. Maybe it will.
Uh-oh. The whip.
Well, I feel here...
The rider.
This is not... Well, yeah, it's kind of interesting. You might see a career there. But what I see instead, this is for Naya, right, Naya?
Mm-hmm.
Is that your spouse will move up the ranks rapidly with what he's doing. He'll either become an expert in his profession or field, or there will be some room for growth there. Maybe, in fact, he will start at one level doing one thing, but possibly progress and move on to something else. He seems to like challenges, and it's possible here he may not want to stay in one profession for long, but that's not because he's a slacker or somebody who's just inconsistent. He wants to move up. And that's what I feel when I see those two Lenormand together.
And when you see the Six of Wands, you know the person who really seems to be an achiever.
So he's going to be an achiever, and I do think he's going to start off. This could be a situation where, a lot of times in medicine, people will start in one area and they'll move on to another. And nurses, for example, nurses may start off as an LPN, but then they move on to become an RN, or they move on to become, a certain type of specialist in their area. And so that could be what we're talking about here. And I do feel it could either be healthcare or counseling or, therapy. And I like what Kyle brought up there. I think that when I looked at the sun and I looked at that last card,
The Hermit.
that Hermit, that's what I'm getting here. So good luck with that.
Thanks for the assist, Kyle.
It was a good one. It was a good pointer. And
That was a good point.
I kind of sort of thought so at first, but I wasn't wedded to it, but it made me think again. Especially the sun, because the sun to me when it's reversed is indicating that people may not be at their best or feeling their best.
Yeah.
It's not a horrible card when it's reversed, but it's not perfect. And so I thought he's trying to elevate, he's trying to bring people back to good health and well-being in some way.
Well, we got to move on.
We're babbling tonight, I know.
I know.
But also having decks that are ambiguous has not helped.
And Garima is up.
Yep. Think you can find their question?
Let's see if they left it.
Hi, Garima. Well, I'm not seeing one, but
Garima, are you still here? If you are, we need your question. I'm going to look for the question now while we're waiting there. And I don't think so. They said Happy New Year. Let's see.
Maybe they just stopped in.
Could be. I think they've done that before, but we'll give them another chance. In the meantime, I will talk about another show we're doing. Let's see. It's our live show. Wait a minute. Where's it gone? It's gone. It's gone. Where's the schedule at? Huh.
Well, I don't know.
It disappeared.
Our Garima did ask to be added to the list. I did see that.
Garima, are you here? Because we need your question if you are. Good night, Jackie. Yeah, it's late.
Take care, Jackie.
Happy New Year.
Don't see it.
All right, well, I guess we'll move on to Kara. Who knew we were going to get busy on Thursday night?
I know. This is awesome. We probably will go in a little bit of overtime, but everybody on the list will get a reading.
Right, Kara.
Why is this doing this to me? Oh.
There's Kara.
Hi, Kara.
Good question.
I'm going to put Garima at the end.
But we'll close the list, I think.
Yeah, I think we should because we've really babbled too much today.
We are babblers.
What is going on?
Can you grab your deck and get going?
No, I have to get the list out there. For some
Okay.
reason, my computer is not responding.
Is
All
it
right. I'm going to use my Elemental North deck.
Did I use the deck? I don't remember.
Yeah, you did. It was the one that we had trouble reading.
The neon. Okay.
All right. So, Kara had a dream. Okay. So is the person in the dream someone you will meet soon? The one that asked for help. Let's see. All right, Miss Kara. Ooh. We have the Five of Swords reversed.
I don't know that you want to meet this person.
We have the World upright. Wow. We have Judgment upright.
Upright also.
Well, the Five of Swords is reversed, but that's not a good thing. Neither way, when you get the Five of Swords, is it a good thing? What do you got?
The bouquet. And that damn snake.
Uh-oh. Snake in the grass, Kara. You definitely don't want to meet them, but guess what? I think they're out there. I almost think you could meet them. And they may be nothing but trouble in the end. They want help, but are there ulterior motives, behind this? I have to ask. So use your I think Judgment is here for just literally the literal sense of the card. At least that's what I'm intuiting is use your best judgment here in helping somebody out that seems sincere, but be clear that there may be some ulterior motives here. It may be more trouble helping them out than it's worth. That's number one. Or number two, they may be hiding something. And they may be acting like, oh, if you help me out, I'll do this for you. I'll give you this, I'll give you that. They may be promising something, but it's a deception. They're lying.
So I'm rereading your question, and there are two people you've never met, but you know of one of them. So the thing is if you saw that person in real life, or if there was some sort of interaction, you would say, oh, that's the person from my dream. I know who they are. Maybe the other one, if you saw them in real life, you would remember them too. But I think the idea here is that there is something deceptive going on here, that they may be trying to take advantage of you, and you will probably have to make a judgment call on this as it suggests. But I think the thing is that they're going to try to trick you by giving you something, a gift, but it's really a deception. It's part of the deception.
Right, and maybe this isn't about the help, because that's, what came up in the dream. But, the thing is, they're definitely going to cause some trouble.
Oh, yeah.
They're out to cause trouble, and, yeah, I think that they're going to enter your world. I think you want to close this chapter. Whoever this is, you'll want to just kind of say no. Just say no. Just move on from them, because I don't think it's going to be good for you, but use your judgment here and just be ready for potential, that you've been bamboozled by this person.
Kara, you've shared some of your crazy dreams before with us, and darn if they don't seem to have some impact on your real life. So do take care.
I don't think there's going to be a major, anything dangerous.
You're not going to be held for hostage.
But you won't be happy. You won't be happy with the results of this, because guess what? But the good news is neither will this other person, because nobody wins with the Five of Swords. It's like a no-win situation. So just nip it in the bud. The world is here about completion. Just put this to rest, put this to bed as quickly as you can. That would be my advice.
Good luck, Kara.
Wow, good luck with that.
You keep life interesting for us.
You definitely do.
All right, and we're on Country Love Homestead. Hey, Country Love.
We made it. We made it to you.
We made it to you. How cool is that?
How cool is that? Well, we'll find out.
And I know you left us a question. I remember you did. So let's see if I can find it real quick. Doo-doo-doo. What would the outcome be if I go after my dad's farm number? I'm the only one interested in farming, but my family has the toddler syndrome. Mine. So this sounds like it borders on legal stuff too, perhaps. Who owns it or how it's being shared or distributed. It's your turn, Country Love. Okay, I'm going to use my new Golden Dawn tarot. I like it. It's a little squarey. So what would be the outcome if you go... I see. Okay.
Whoops. Sonny. You're so silly. I see. All right. What? You're staring at me.
Our first card is the sun again, and it's reversed again. Don't worry about that. I always like the sun in any form. The next card is the Nine of Pentacles, and it's also upright. This is kind of looking good here. The chances. And then the final card is the Four of Pentacles reversed, and I got a definite feel from that.
Well, let's see. That's an interesting one. I could look at that a couple of different ways. Wow, how bizarre.
What?
The Lenormand I just drew.
Oh.
Oh.
So there's the garden, which we'll get to in a minute. And there's the clouds. And the light side of the clouds is facing towards the garden, so that's a good sign.
Well, isn't it funny we get the garden and you're talking about farming, number one. I just thought that was kind of cool. And of course you have the Nine of Pentacles here, which the Nine of Pentacles is often featuring a woman walking into a lush garden. That is her own property. And she's worked hard to create the success. So let's talk about this. There's definitely some hope here. I think here that with the sun reversed is, I don't know, you may have to work this out with people. I think with the sun reversed here, it's not impossible to potentially reach an agreement, with family who want it to be mine. It might be possible to find a way to do it. You may have to make some type of concessions here. I'm not sure what that would be. And the reason I'm saying that is also because of the Four of Pentacles reversed.
Yeah.
The Four of Pentacles reversed means to me that you have to be willing to let something go in order to make room for something good in your life. And I feel here that this is showing it's highly possible you could do this, because the Nine of Pentacles indicates somebody who has worked hard to get what they wanted in life, and they're enjoying the fruits of their labor. And so I feel here, if you work towards trying to find a way to make everybody feel good about this, you maybe make a concession, whatever that may be, you can make this happen.
I can't disagree with what she said there. I feel that the sun is only slightly ever lessened by being reversed, and the sun shines its light everywhere all the time. It's always shining on the planet, whether we're at day or night. So I feel the sun is about gaining good things, about maybe, obviously the sun is the farmer's best friend. You could look at it that way. The key words at the bottom of the Nine of Pentacles say material gain. And I think this is saying, really, you are going to gain. It may not be exactly what you want, because there is that aspect there that says, maybe, when I saw that, I immediately thought, you're going to have to make a deal of some sort with the other heirs involved. But here's the thing, country love. The cloud's bright side faces the garden. And which helps. This is saying perhaps that some of this will seem like there's confusing matters to go through. And I'm thinking this means you just need to have as good legal or advisory help as you can. Maybe there is a way to open it up. The garden is the public, and so open it up so that somehow a really good resolution can be found with everybody. But it does seem like you're going to do okay, but it may not be exactly what you want. You're not going to get it all. I think that does seem that way.
Well, I was going to say, with the clouds, with the light side facing the garden, it's indicating to me that clarity will come by trying to really find out what would make everybody concede to this. How could you get them to agree to this? What would make you happy? You have to find out to these people. Clarity is important here. Trying to cut through any disillusionment, depression, or negativity that people have towards allowing you to do this. And I think it's possible. I think also what this is saying with the light side facing the garden, that there may be a positive way forward towards obtaining, this farmland. I think it's really could be possible. And again, this is one of those situations where, when people ask a question that is pretty direct about a farm, for example, and we get cards that have a garden, that have a farm in that, or farmland, or where you can grow things, what can I say? I sometimes have to take them at literal face value, too, because I think it's telling us something. I think it's telling us it's highly possible you could do this. But, people will definitely want something from you in order to make this happen. So it's finding the consensus and finding the best way to reach that consensus. Somebody has to feel like they didn't lose totally. That's really what it comes down to, is everybody feels they got something, then maybe that works. And I like how you worded that there. There could be some cloudy days, but you are moving towards this. And I do feel like the Nine of Pentacles really stood there in the center of that, saying this is achievable. So, if you've been working hard at this already, keep doing so, because that's what that Nine of Pentacles is about too. It says the effort that you're putting into making this happen will pay off for you. So you may have to do what you can to try to get people all on board with this, work harder on it. See what you can do. And if you need to talk to outside people, that too could be why the garden is here, because the garden is about networking. So if you need to get legal advice, if you need to get some counseling advice, whatever the case may be, do so and see if you can't, if you need to get somebody from the outside in to try to help you find a resolution that everybody can live with, like a mediator.
I love your attitude. I really feel like we need people who can grow more food, because we need more food.
Absolutely. So I wish you luck with that.
Good luck, Country Love. Thanks for coming
Thanks
today.
for waiting for your reading. I hope you enjoyed that. We took a little long tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We're finally on Estelle, and Estelle did leave a question.
Estelle did leave a question. Did you say they did?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
What does
There
Spirit want me to know about my love life? Okay. I gotcha, Estelle. Your deck.
Sorry, we just had a little glitch for a moment. Well, we'll see, Kyle. I don't
Possibly
know.
a bathroom break. I just saw that on there. Did you create that recently? That's
Yes, I
cute.
did. There's no rest for the wicked.
I'm already pulling Lenormand, so I don't know why you're not pulling a deck.
Because I did it last time.
What?
Remember? Boy, are you embarrassed.
I am. Oh my goodness. Well, that must mean it's time for me to use the Storyteller's
I have to get up for a
Tarot.
moment.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
I have to fix that. Okay. And he went to the bathroom anyway. What? No. I have no idea, Mr. O.
Well, that's because we know why. I'm back, everybody.
All right.
Oh,
It's a circus
you're
stance.
right.
Oh, for crying out
I'll
loud,
have-
typo boy.
I'll have to correct that. Oh, that's not what we wanted, though, Country Love. Okay, maybe we did.
We try to liven it up here, you know? We're not always successful. At least Mr. O hasn't started singing yet.
Oh, yeah, that's our special extra feature is I take song requests. Usually people ask if I can sing tenor, 10 or 15 miles away.
I have heard that joke for like 40 some years, so.
How dare you throw me under the bus like that? 40 years?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Look at it. I gave us how many years
We're
without.
no spring chickens, obviously. Dad jokes. Oh boy, do I have some dad jokes.
Yeah, oh, please. If you read our cards of the day on social media and you look at his, you'll find a lot of colloquial kind of language being used. Oh, and I can't shuffle this deck. Why? Why?
Well, you guys are just too kind. But you are a captive audience unless you decide to
They're
navigate
not
away.
captive. They can do what they want. Hey, they can walk anytime.
And I know Estelle is patiently waiting for their question.
All right, what does Spirit wants you to know about your love life? Let's have a looky.
It does seem that way,
Page
Kyle.
of Coins is reversed to sell. Well, I think the main thing Spirit wants you to know is that, you know, the Spirit is recognizing the fact that things haven't been moving. that maybe, there's been some false starts, some hopes that just did not pan out, maybe some good news you were hoping, or some invitations, or, people who want to date you that it just hasn't manifested for you. And that's just where it is right, what they want you to know right now. The things are slow.
I know. I just wanted to read the question again. Can you help me out, though?
Yeah, it's not that far up, really.
I've been going pretty far.
I know, you probably passed it. Got to go past Cherry. Okay, it is pretty far.
There it is.
Oh, I was not in the right place. It was what I said. So let's go here. What does Spirit want me to know about my love life?
I wanted to see the question again. Okay, so Estelle, what Spirit wants you to know, perhaps, Spirit feels that maybe you need to kind of look into it a little bit more on another point of view, like maybe more soul searching, like maybe there's something really more deeper about love that you need to understand, that it's not just about finding a guy and marrying him, that maybe there's a whole other deeper level of love that Spirit feels you can find. And the Page of Coins is often that kind of scholarly person who really delves into esoterics or mystical, philosophical kind of subjects. Spirit feels you need to spend more time understanding love at that more theoretical level rather than just the sensation of being in love with someone.
All right, so why is what I said and what he said important?
You didn't mean that. You don't think what I say is important.
Well, take a look at that card. So it's Death reversed. And so remember here when I was saying that things are slow and just not moving where you want them to be? Why that's important is because of two factors. Well, number one, it's stagnating. I mean, it's just not going anywhere. And why? Is it because something fundamentally needs to change or shift, either with your attitude or what you're doing to try to attract love to you in your life? Fundamental change is needed here. And I think that does fit in with what you were saying.
Well, I was going to be a lot more blunt than you, because I think that when I look at what I said with the first card, then Spirit is saying it's important because Spirit hasn't felt you've really been able to or wanted to or see how you could affect change. Spirit feels it's so important for you to find ways to change what you're doing. And I think it's probably more in line with what I said, that maybe Spirit wants you to understand love from another point of view, totally, maybe more philosophically. But Spirit really feels you need to do this. You need to kind of make changes.
Well, thank you, Kyle. I'm just reading what you said there about our different styles. And it's very true. He trained me in tarot, but I
never know it.
I also come from a family tradition of divination and fortune telling with regular decks of playing cards. So it's a different world. They were very future projecting and, talking about the things that really are the nitty gritty of life. And he can get very spiritual and esoteric with his interpretations. And it's an interesting blend we have here. And I learned a lot from him. And he keeps saying he's learning a lot from me, but I don't know.
I'm the one that blows smoke.
So where are things headed? Oh my goodness. How does this happen? How does this happen after that? I love it though, Estelle.
It's
the phoenix
sun,
rising from the ashes. So what this means is, despite where things are, you can achieve success with your love life. You can achieve what you really desire and hope for. But you have to be willing to make some fundamental changes. I think that middle card is the key here.
Well, I was really being kind of oppressive or depressive with, what I thought Spirit was telling you, Estelle. But look, you got the Tower, and in Lenormand, the Tower can represent other things than what we see in tarot.
I need to see the other card.
You need to see it.
Yes.
It's the ship. Did you want to take over?
No, but I needed to see that before you went with the marriage thing, because like you said, it could mean a lot of different things.
Okay, it's true. You are moving towards something that is possibly in connection with an institution. Obviously, this could look easily like maybe you are moving towards a wedding. Not, I'm saying immediately, but this is saying when you take in all of this, when you understand what Spirit's been trying to tell you, and that when you can really see yourself moving towards that change, that's what this means too. The ship is saying maybe it is talking about you taking on those ideas that we're both talking about what you need to do to change your attitude or change what's going on there. And that maybe it can lead towards something. This could stand for a number of things. It could stand for being married in an institution. It could stand for a good home. It could stand for an education in a university, or work in a place, in a foundation of some sort.
I don't think it means a home. There's another card for that. But I do think it could mean some of the things he has said there. A marriage for sure. I wonder about an institution though. Maybe you're moving, this could indicate that a change of jobs, a change of venue, going to some different events, maybe at a college or a university even. Maybe that's even a church, it could be like a temple. I can't help but wonder here if this could indicate moving or doing something at one of these locations could bring you closer to finding the person that you're looking for. That's one thing. But I also think that if you make the fundamental changes needed, realizing that what you're doing right now just doesn't seem to be working for you, or if you are like putting all your eggs in one basket, hoping somebody that you already know is going to finally, want to start dating you or getting serious about marriage with you or whatever, it may not be going anywhere. And you're really going to have to make a fundamental change of mindset or the way you're doing things in order to achieve success. But success is highly possible, and if you make those changes, you could move towards marriage.
Good luck.
A more structured relationship. So good luck with that. All right.
And we're on SP now. And closing down here.
ISP.
Will I get a salary hike in February or March? Alrighty. So that's going to be my deck, and I'm going to use my Marvel Superheroes.
Oh, yay. That'll be easy to read, I think.
Oh, it will. No ambiguities here. You have Iron Man. Hi, SP. So you want to know if you're going to get a salary hike or increase. Happy New Year, and we certainly hope you do.
All right.
So if we don't get the answer in clear terms, we will try a yes or no.
Yeah.
But let's see what 3 cards can do. And the first one is the Page of Cups reversed. And it's followed by the Lovers reversed. And finally the upright Nine of Wands. Well, my immediate feel, Banshee wants to throw us the Clover and the Gentleman.
Interesting.
My immediate feel is they may want you to prove you're worth it by maybe making you work harder, The Nine of Wands says standing up, you know, in a line or somehow protecting what you got. They might put you on the defensive in a certain sense of making you try to justify why you should have that or what you'll give them in return for that. The Page of Cups does sort of add a sense of maybe some disappointment or maybe feeling emotionally the message isn't good. You know, it's a message kind of thing. Pages could be messages. So maybe you're feeling you didn't connect the right way in your request or in how it was doing this. And the Lovers reversed could indicate that it's a decision that doesn't work towards you. I'm not going to do those yet.
Well, I'm going to try to go through the whole thing. I think here, SP, that, you know, this doesn't... Was it for the whole year, or was it just, will it happen soon? What was the question?
Hike or raise in February or March.
Oh, in February or March. I have a feeling that may not happen. And I feel here that, I mean, it may be possible that you might get something, maybe a raise. I don't know that you're going to get a promotion. I think here that they're making some of the choices or decisions that they are making, you may feel don't benefit you. The Lovers reversed here is indicating to me that, or maybe perhaps they want to offer you something, but it will make you have to work so much harder, or maybe do something that you're not that excited about, or maybe that you feel ill prepared to take on at this time. I'm going to go back to that. This is a little bit confusing for me. I do feel there's some disappointing news coming. And I feel here that maybe Mr. O might be right with this card in saying that they're going to say you need more education, or you need more training before, or more experience before we can give you, you know,
or they
a
want
promotion.
something.
They definitely want something. They may want more out of you, and that's going to be a challenge. And I feel here you're going to feel this is very unfair. You're going to feel like they're really not judging you fairly or treating you fairly. It's not so much a matter of judgment, but it's treatment, how they're treating you. And I almost wonder here if there isn't somebody in this company or organization who can make a difference for you in some way, who can put in a good word for you in some way that could bring you some good luck and turn this around. But I have a feeling it may not happen by February or March, that this may be something where, you know, if this doesn't work out for you in February or March, you're going to want to appeal to this person and see if they can't help you out in some way. Advocate for you.
I think that your luck may happen after that time period, but I think that if you're trying to line it up to do that, then maybe that's how they, you know, come back to you. It's like, well, we'll do this, but it might take us another month or two, and by the way, those other things we mentioned. But I do think it's more likely to happen after February or March, because it seems like some luck is involved.
Yeah, I almost feel you need either somebody to make a recommendation for you or to back you up, you know, in some way, put in a good word for you. I think that could maybe turn this around and change your luck so it's possible. It's leaning towards no, but whenever the clover appears in a reading, there's a chance for your luck to change for the better. And so I'm kind of cautiously optimistic, SP, but I have to say the cards are leaning more no than not. However, there could be some factor here that could change your luck. Think about what that could be. If it's not a person, is there some skill? Is there something you've done for the company in the last year that you can highlight to them and, you know, and prove your case for a raise or a promotion? Think about it.
All right.
Good luck with
that. So good luck, SP. And I like the conversation with Kyle. The other thing I would say, which is interesting, is that in general I agree with you about some of this stuff, but the Marvel characters and some other properties, they're articulated so well that they do have a resonance maybe to specific cards, either intended or not. I also feel that way about the Buffy the Vampire Slayer tarot. Like, the deck really works for me because I think they took actual specific things that happened in that storyline and found the moments that relate to tarot cards. So it's hit and miss to some degree, but I think some of the people are getting better at it over time. I'm just talking with Kyle.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm good. A yes or no card. Let's do it. Just
okay.
one card. Shuffle, though, and focus.
We'll be with you in a minute, Kyle.
We've got the quick yes-no reading. We'll do that.
And I like that question, too, for you. Okay.
Well, and I have the Star Trek one that came out. Next Generation, I think it was. Right? Star Trek Next Gen. And I thought they did a fair job on that, but I really didn't like the pips so much that they used in the deck. I thought they could have done more with the minors than they did. But I like what they did with the majors and the court cards. I thought that was very good. Well, it's a sword card. It's the Six of Swords upright. We'll talk about that. But the swords are not going to be good here. It says no. So again, I feel like it's not a no forever.
It's just a no for
February,
March. It may not be
for February or March. And the Six of Swords reversed indicates, though, that even if you don't get this Razor promotion, things should be kind of smooth sailing for a while on the job. There's not going to be a lot of upheaval one way or another, other than the fact that you're disappointed in that you're not getting, what you'd hoped for.
Hi, Garima, you came back.
I do have a feeling that there will be hope for better days. So good luck with that, SP. Sorry.
And Garima came back. You will be, and that's funny about the Star Trek one too. I think one of the only ones I don't really relate to well is the Dungeons and Dragons tarot. It just doesn't seem to hit very well at all.
Oh yeah, Garima, you missed your turn, but we put you at the end of the list. We thought you might come back. So you're still on the list.
Right, you'll be right after Kyle, who's next.
You're almost right on time now, so stick around or post your question, okay? All right.
All right, so Kyle asked, what are the prospects for getting a full-time job in the next few months?
All right. See what it looks
You're
like.
welcome, SP. We had a feeling you might come back, so we left you at the end of the list there. And you're our last person then.
You're welcome, SP. I'm sorry I didn't have better news, but I think there's some hope here for the future. So good luck with that.
And I'm just going to remind everybody again that we have weekend shows, including Banshee's Material Matters at 10 a.m. That's kind of a riot, too, because it is pre-recorded, but we're live in the chat room, and so we just get all silly, drink coffee, talk about the reading. Who knows what we do?
Right. So when you come to that show Sunday morning, it's just a video, and we'll be chatting with people. I think that, and then we go live later to answer questions again
Right,
from 2 to 4
live
p.m.
show at 2 to 4 p.m. that day.
And I've got a Detroit Lions game that night. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
So what are Kyle's prospects for getting a full-timer in the next couple of months?
I know. I'm focusing. I'm using this beautiful Ciro Marchetti Voice Vision deck. All right. Well, we've got the world reversed, which isn't the end of the world. I love this card. The High Priestess card upright.
Oh, yeah, she's very pretty.
Wow. And the Four of Swords reversed.
Huh. Okay,
Yeah.
so check out this Lenormand.
Let's see what you got.
The coffin and the
No!
fox. Well, the fox filters that one, so I have a thought there, but let's go.
Go Lions. Yes, indeed. This is going to be the game. This is going to be the bee's knees. Anyway, Kyle, are you working now? You're just looking for, you're hoping for a new job, right?
Well, it really says
Getting
what
a
are the
full-time job.
prospects.
Got it. Well, there's some ups and downs here. I think with the world, it's indicating that success is still kind of elusive here. It may take a little bit longer, or it may be that you find something, but you realize that it's not where you want to land more permanently. It could be full time, but you may realize I'm not going to want to stay at this job for long. Sometimes we just need that full-time job to get our foot in the door somewhere, and so we can use that to springboard to something else. And I almost feel like this job may not be permanent for you if you get one. And I'm saying that iffy here because I do feel, the High Priestess is here, and I'm wondering how to couch this. I'm going to stop. Why don't you cover this one and let's
Okay,
go card by
and Kyle
card.
mentioned something there you might want to look at too. So the world reversed is kind of that sense of maybe trying to get there but not quite matching, and so this could be indicating that you're going to be trying to follow leads or prospects, but you're going to feel like maybe you're spinning the wheel, so to speak, or that you're just getting some vaguer promises. You just don't feel like you're quite there yet, but it feels like you're working hard for it in a way.
You're working hard for it, but it's just not, so in other words, just keep putting the resumes out there and looking. It's going to be a process, and it may or may not happen in the next couple months. And if it does happen, I do feel it may not be where you're going to end up permanently, but it might be something to get you by. The High Priestess is saying here, use your gut. Use your gut to intuitively lead you in the right direction here as you're looking for this job. If something stands out to you, you get, a thought in your head, or you see something, whether it's in a job posting, or it's just something else, and you think, maybe I should try to get a job here. You see a company name or whatever in the field that you're going into. It may be a sign that you need to focus your energy there. So I think here your gut and your intuition will help guide you and navigate you to help you find where you need to channel all this energy you have. You seem ready to go. You seem like you're ready to go. That Four of Swords reversed indicates to me that you've got the talent, you've got the energy, you've got the drive and the motivation. You just need a place to put it all.
It could be that Four of Swords talks about the kind of thrust into activity as you pull out of the internship you mentioned. But another time, or sometimes when I look at the High Priestess, it could be an indication that you may feel, like Banshee said, there's something else your gut is telling you, or your instinct is telling you. But it could also maybe say too is you feel like you need to know something more. And I don't want to suggest that you have to go back and learn more. You're coming out of an internship now. Maybe it's something about that internship, some aspect that you can capitalize on or figure how it springboards you. I agree with most of the other things that we've covered so far, especially with that one. We're going to move on to the Lenormand now.
Yeah, the Lenormand is kind of disturbing to me here because first off, the fox can mean a lot of different things here. But because you specifically asked about a job, the fox is also about employment or work situation. And you have the coffin here. which means something's coming to an end. So does this mean, now I don't know if your internship is like, as long as you want to work there, or
He's only starting on January 16th.
I know that.
Okay.
But what I'm trying, okay, for example, Mr. O, when I got my degree, I was in an internship too, but it only lasted for 3 months. So I don't know if you have like a set time that you're only going to be working at this job. So the bottom line to me is something's going to come to an end, and it's an employment. So I almost wonder here if this internship is going to come to an end before you're able to find this job. That's what I'm concerned about.
Right, it does have that aspect about that, that maybe, in fact, you could possibly be waiting on that possibility that you mentioned there.
Huh. Well, maybe, but I do think something has to come to an end in order for things to move forward. And
So maybe it could be saying that the internship ends before the job happens.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
But I'm not, totally convinced of that. I do think here that this could also mean that possibly, remember how I said you would find something but you wouldn't stay there? This could be relating to that too. That you find something you're going to do for a while, but then it's going to come to an end and you're going to move on to something else. So why don't we do a yes/no on this one too?
Yeah, I was thinking we should for Kyle, sure.
And then we'll move on to Garima.
All right.
We're into some big overtime here today.
Okay, so the basic question is, will Kyle get a full-time job in the next few months?
So we're going to do this brief yes/no that we know. It's a sword. It's saying no. But it's like I said, I have a feeling that it's going to take a little bit longer. It's going to take just a little bit longer.
But it is the reversed Eight of Swords.
Well, how does that fit? I'm going to challenge you on this one.
Okay, well...
What was in the other reading?
What was in the other reading?
It relates to something there.
Okay, I better let you do this.
You have the coffin and you have the job. And so you have to be released from something, it seems before this happens. So I wonder again if it's the situation on campus, if it's the internship, whatever the case may be. I think you have to be released from something before this happens. Something is holding you back from getting this job that you need.
Okay, the problem with me is that I oftentimes look at the reversed Eight of Swords as you are the person that maybe is holding yourself back, but in this case it would be releasing yourself. Is that once you are really able to release yourself from anything that's holding you back, whether it's the internship or whether it's other aspects of your life, that maybe this will happen then finally.
Yeah, and so you do have a timeline there. Well, I hope that maybe you could find it before that, but he's right. This card generally talks about our own selves holding ourselves back. So the thing is, if you're waiting for something maybe that might happen or develop on campus, as opposed to maybe reaching beyond that, that might be holding you back. Maybe you could find a job sooner if you looked past that situation. I'm not sure. But I do feel here something has to be released and to free you so that you can find that job.
Don't be too hard on yourself though, Kyle, because we all do that. And, sometimes it's good to have somebody else kind of restate those messages or those situations. So...
Well, you could be, But you know what? We all do. We all go through this. We all hesitate,
Second guessing.
second guess ourselves. We don't give ourselves enough credit for being able to accomplish or do something. So don't feel bad. It's just a part of growing pains, and so you'll grow out of that. I think here, especially because this card is reversed, that you will be able to move past whatever the barriers or blocks are ultimately. But I think for the next couple months, the answer is no.
Happy New Year, Libra.
The answer is no. So, sorry, I wish I had something better for you there.
Thanks,
Happy
Libra.
New Year, Libra.
All right, so we are on Garima.
Hey, Garima, we finally got to you.
We finally got to you.
All right, I've been missing Nicole. All
right, so we're basically asking about Nicole.
Now, I know, Garima.
I know it was 5 years ago, Libra.
Yeah, I know. It has been. Well, it's been probably 6. Because
We just started our 6th year.
Yeah.
In August.
Because I just started my 5th year of my cancer journey. So that's how I know, because we had already established the business before that. That's what I wanted to say. So.
Aw. Thank you, Garima.
Hey, you're welcome. You're very welcome, Kyle. Thank you for all the stuff you've added to the chat today and the conversation. Appreciate it.
We love feedback, and we like when people kind of give us some other energies there.
And see, so long as there's not a Lions game that I'm missing, I don't mind putting in a little overtime to chat with people. It's fun.
Oh, I want to do this forever, Libra.
And you have been with us so long, Libra. We really appreciate you as well.
But there's no extra prize for that.
Hey, didn't you win some? You've won a free reading or something from us before.
You're right.
So
We hope
there's
to
been
get there.
prizes.
We do hope to get to Massachusetts. Oh, I don't know if she would like that. Well, maybe.
Oh my God, they don't need that. They're so beat up. But one of their players, their big players, actually practiced today, who's been out for a while. And so I'm hoping that's a good sign he might play. Although I wish they would save him for the playoffs, really. I think we're going to need him there.
All right, so here's Garima's reading. Missing Nicole, wonder if there's if they're thinking about them and if the friendship will turn out to be positive and mutual.
And Garima, are you in communication with Nicole right now, or has there been problems? I'm curious, but go ahead, lay out the cards.
So the first card is the moon, and it's upright.
Because you say you miss her, so I think you're not communicating.
The second card is the reverse 3 of coins. And the next card is the upright 7 of swords. So there's some varying energies there. There's
Ooh.
the clover.
Oh boy.
Jennifer, we have closed our list. We're actually on our last reading.
Oh,
So we're
Jennifer,
sorry
I'm
we
sorry.
missed
Yeah,
you.
we're really into overtime, so we apologize for that.
All right.
The
So
moon is upright. What's in the middle again?
It's the 3 of coins, reversed.
Reversed, and then we have the 6 of wands.
7 of
7
swords.
of wands. Upright.
Swords.
Swords.
I said all these.
Okay. Well, with the moon here, I'm wondering if things are still a little bit cloudy or uncertain. There may be things that you need to know about the situation and you can't seem to find out. I'm just giving her space. Oh, that's right. You've been pushing, keep asking. So it seems like there's still a little bit uncertainty where this is going right now. I think here, though, that there might be a deeper connection here than, that is forming. Sometimes the moon is about that. What do you say when you see the moon?
Well, I feel like what you said the first time is that maybe there's something going on. The moon talks maybe about more hidden feelings or emotions. So it's possible that Nicole is processing and thinking about things, but I don't feel that there's necessarily a decision made exactly. But when I look at the Three of Coins, it sort of seems like there's a pause going on for sure, maybe in the more physical aspects of life, because of course Pentacles are more about the physicality. And so maybe this is saying that they not necessarily wanting to move ahead with any plans at this moment, or maybe with specific plans.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure they're really that they're really clicking with you completely yet. She's very nice and everything, but does she really want things to really coalesce? Whether it's a friendship, whether it is a relationship, I wonder here. I sense that pulling back that you're talking about here, Garima, because this is a card where that she doesn't feel like you're connecting totally together. That, and that even as friends, there's a compatibility thing. Does she really feel like she's clicking with you? And I feel here with the Seven of Swords upright that could indicate here too that, again, look at that with the moon. I think that's surrounding this here. And I feel here the Seven of Swords is indicating there is something that she may be keeping from you, her true feelings about you. Is she just being nice to be nice? I can't rule that out at this point. It's really, there's a lot of uncertainty here. And I'll tell you what, Garima, you have the mountains and the clover here. And you know the way I read that? I read that as there seems to be some obstacles to getting to the heart of this matter, to figuring out what's really going on here. And it's almost as if it's going to take some luck or some twist of fate in some way to change this situation to your advantage.
Hi, Russ, and thanks for your nice statement. And of course, we're...
Go Lions!
Garima, something is striking me here too is that you mentioned that they have someone else, that's their closer friend. And I'm wondering, is that person maybe jealous or concerned about the time that Nicole spends with you or with other friends? Because that could be the moon. The moon can relate to maybe jealous emotions on occasion. But the Seven of Swords there too sort of acts like maybe there's somebody who feels a little bit edgy in a way, or maybe feels like they need to do something, but they're maybe thinking more covertly what they want to do, i.e., gaslight a relationship or something like that.
What?
So I'm wondering if that's the possibility that Nicole isn't been as responsive to you, and you mentioned like, what the hey, just go out and get a coffee. What's the big challenge in that? Maybe there's some other reason, and it's not necessarily Nicole.
Well, that's true, Garima. But it's whether she feels good about it or not. I just am uncertain here, and I think that you're going to have to really, use your intuition on this. You're going to have to determine if you really feel she's in or not, because I'm getting signals here that she might not be. This idea here that maybe she doesn't feel like, this card is so business oriented, it's really hard for me to put it in a relationship sense. but I would say that she really doesn't feel like maybe you're part of her team. And when I say that, I mean maybe that she's compatible and can click with you. And you're right, if she hasn't really done much with you, how does she know that? She just may be making her own judgment call here. She's keeping something inside right now, I feel. And it could be good, it could be bad. And looking at the cards, I feel there's some serious obstacles here that maybe only a twist of fate, a turn of events could turn it around. So let's just say you do invite her out for coffee. Why not try that and see where it goes? I think you're right. Maybe.
Well, she has done that, and Nicole acts like she would do that, but they never quite get it together.
See, and that's where I feel that card comes in. And so you have to decide if she is, I don't want to say she's gaslighting you, but again, some people don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, and so she may not be telling you how she really feels about you.
Victoria.
Hey, I came late to your show, so you came late to ours. So
it's hard to say, Garima, exactly if she views you positively or not. Usually actions speak louder than words. And, a person that says, yeah, we should do that, but never gets around to it, eventually you may start to feel like they're not really sincere, or they have other situations that they can't really talk about with you, or that they don't want to be honest with you about.
What's going on here? We just went into overtime. We were real talky tonight in the chat and everywhere.
No, it's not Tuesday, it's Thursday. But that's okay, because we have moments like that too. Welcome to the over some age problems.
Yeah. So, I've been confused all week about what day it is. These darn holidays in the middle of a week makes me crazy. So
you may have to do that, Garima, what you're saying there, the last thing you said there. But, it kind of puts you on the spot. And then if there was maybe, any possibility that they just really take so long. And I don't know. I mean, I can't compare that to my life. I've had some situations that seem to take a long time to really get to, a position. So I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, and I mean, it depends what you're looking for here. If you want to establish a friendship, keep trying, but be polite about it. And if you keep getting brushed off, you have to decide maybe it's time to move on. I understand that. I mean, there are some people, for example...
Is it a timing thing, or is it that she's just focused?
She could be more focused on her work. I'm not sure I necessarily see that here. I feel that she's not telling you everything she's feeling, and for whatever reasons here. And even in a friendship, you want to have some openness here. And so I feel if it's not happening, you're going to have to decide what you want to do about that, and how long you want to wait for that. I feel here it's kind of iffy. I really do. I think the mountains here is saying there's a lot of obstacles, but fate could change in the future. So that's why I'm saying, you might always want to stay in touch, but maybe you're going to have to look outside of Nicole and look towards other people now to have a, relationship with, friendships with, and hope and keep the
leave the door open.
Leave the door open for Nicole. If you feel strongly about this person, leave the door open and keep communicating as you can with them. But I just don't see anything here happening or developing right now.
No, not in the current time frame.
Yeah. So feel free to ask again, and I'm sorry we don't have any better news for you. And I'm sorry to Ms. Victoria and Jennifer who came late that we are already into overtime and can't do readings. And Russ, but because we went into overtime tonight.
Yeah, we
but
definitely
I'll always talk Lions, and I will say this, that we may go into some overtime on Sunday. I will allow it, But there's going to be a lot of pregame stuff here in Detroit because this game is so important to the Lions. And I'm going to be like disappearing from social media and everywhere once our live show is over.
That's funny.
Because I am all in on the Lions, and I will be doing another Lions prediction. I did get the game results right last week, but I did not get the score exactly right. But what I liked about last week's game is that the Vikings lost, not Vikings, San Francisco lost to the Lions by the same score they beat them by the previous year to kick the Lions out of the playoffs. So in a way, I think this is kind of a turnaround and making me think, yeah, the Lions are going to be in the Super Bowl this year. Guaranteed. Hey, Victoria, Happy New Year to you. I'll try to catch more of your show next time. And hey, Happy New Year to everybody. We are done here. So I'm glad some of you really made comments and enjoyed the show, despite our chatty back and forth and some of our little juking it out here.
But we really love each other. Look.
Ah, we love everybody. There, I'll throw some hearts out there too. As we continue on in our sixth year, you say we're starting our 6th year. We started
our 6th year in August, and we have reached 782 subscribers.
We're still marching towards 1,000.
We're still marching forward. Yeah, help us.
So help us get there. Stick with us, guys. Thanks for joining us today. We had a great time, and we hope to see you soon. Come to our happy hour show on Saturday. Huh?
How's your hand?
My hand is fine now. Much better. Everything is fine.
Time to go. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.